Meanwhile, the group Palestine Action has been told that it can challenge a ban that was imposed by the government. That was a ruling that was made by the Court of Appeal within the last hour. The group was designated a banned terrorist organisation in July this year. Sky's Sadia Chowdhury has more.
And it's quite remarkable, actually, that we're here today, because usually when a green light is given for a judicial review to go ahead, as has been in this case, you don't usually get an appeal. There are rules around these things, but that just shows, to be here today shows just how determined the Home Secretary is to push, to try to block this judicial review, because, of course, it is the Home Secretary who used her powers to ban Palestine Action in the first place, prescribing the Direct Action Group as a terrorist organisation. Palestine Action then took forward these judicial review proceedings because they say that she had acted unlawfully in that. Remember, judicial reviews are to determine whether a decision was made lawfully or not. And Palestine Action say that she had acted unlawfully in banning them. And they say that this was because there was disproportionate interference in their Article 8 and 10 rights. Those are the rights to free speech and of association. And that they say that the law stipulates that Palestine Action should have been consulted by the Home Secretary before she took that action, and therefore she's in breach of natural justice. The Home Secretary appealed that once the decision was made to go to judicial review, saying that when Parliament gave her the power to ban organisations, they also set up a mechanism through which organisations could appeal. That is called the Proscribed Organisations Appeals Commission, and she says that Palestine Action should have taken their appeal that way rather than through a judicial review. Well, today the Court of Appeal has backed the judicial review to go ahead, and in doing so the judge said that not only will a judicial review be quicker as a process than going through the POAC, but also it would enable the High Court to give an authoritative judgment on whether or not it was lawful to prescribe Palestine Action. Essentially what they're saying is that one process is to deprescribe, that is the POAC's process, and the judicial review is to look at the initial decision in the first place and whether or not that was legal. Palestine Action have responded to today's decision. They said that they called the attempt an absurdly authoritarian ban, and in a statement, Huda Omori, who is the co-founder of the group, said this is a landmark victory, not only against one of the most extreme attacks on civil liberties in recent British history, but for the fundamental principle that government ministers can and must be held accountable when they act unlawfully. She goes on to say, the government's effort to avoid judicial scrutiny of its blatantly anti-democratic proscription, branding a protest group as terrorists for the first time in British history, has backfired spectacularly, and we now head into the judicial review in November with an even stronger legal footing because a few of their grounds that they wanted to appeal on have also been approved. And so therefore the judicial review is set to go ahead on the 25th of November.
Well, on this, we have just had a statement from the Home Office. Palestine Action has conducted an escalating campaign. This has involved sustained criminal damage, including to Britain's national security infrastructure, as well as intimidation, alleged violence and serious injuries. Palestine Action remain a proscribed group, and those who support them will face the full force of the law. Everyone should remember supporting Palestine and supporting a proscribed terrorist group are not the same thing.